NBC 15 weather with Chief Meteorologist Alan Seals.
Well, we've got a tropical threat this weekend, a tropical storm by the name of Cristobal. We talk about storm surge, but if you don't know what it is, I want to tell you. I've got a little fan here in my hand, and right here I have a pan of water. And what I'm going to do is turn on the fan, and what it does to the water when you look at it is it creates ripples. It creates waves like you expect on the ocean. I pick up the fan speed and watch the left side of this pan. Think of this as the coastline, and when it goes up really high, what you're finding is the water just begins to spill over the coast. Now look at the shape of this coast. If I move the fan over here so that it's funneling the water to the corner, the water is really starting to leak out. So this is storm surge. It's as simple as that. It's the wind that is pushed by a tropical storm or hurricane to move inland as flooding water. There's the latest satellite on Cristobal. Storm surge, it happens frequently. All it takes is a strong wind pushing water uphill. Now, if you're in a bay, as I showed you, if it's a triangular shaped area, the water goes to an even higher level. So on average, we're not going to see extreme storms.
Hurricane Sally crawling ominously tonight with an apparent target on Alabama's coastline. Forecasted landfall more than 12 hours away, but we are already seeing quite an impact all along the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, you're looking at video right now from the Alabama port. That happened earlier today. The waves and water already crashing onto shore.
Our team of reporters is placed all across our area of the coast tonight. We will go out to Bayou La Batterie and Gulf Shores in just a bit.
First, we're going over to the Gulf Coast Chief Meteorologist Alan Seals. Alan, give us the latest.
Well, this system has been like taking a long road trip where you keep saying, are we there yet? We'll look more at that in your forecast in just a few minutes.
And in Gulf Shores, the big problem is the storm surge fueled by Sally's powerful winds. I'll take a look at this incredible video shot by Live Storms Media storm chaser Brian Emfinger. Now, this gives us all a bird's eye view of the flooding already taking place. Let's send it now to NBC 15's Corey Pippen. He is in Gulf Shores tonight. Corey, tell us about what we see all that wind and rain going on behind you. So pretty bad conditions right now.
Kim, this storm is really starting to pack a punch. We're on the second floor of a condo parking garage using concrete walls for cover, but the wind is really starting to get intense out here, and the storm surge is showing up a lot. Tomorrow we're going to be out here and bring you the conditions throughout the evening. Back to you, Kim.
I'll take it, Corey. Thank you. Check out this damage to the pier down in Gulf Shores. This is what it looked like earlier in the week. Now, this is what it looked like earlier today. Completely wrecked by the waves. This video comes from an NBC 15 viewer, Doris Stiers. Thank you, Doris. We appreciate that.
Yeah, over on Orange Beach, the surge is beginning to creep into homes. Check out this video from Rebecca Wilson. Today, the water came all the way up her back steps, so please be careful out there.
On this side of the bay, two casino barges that were in for repairs in Bayou La Batterie broke loose from their moorings because of the high winds. Take a look. They drifted away, those high winds causing them then to impact with the dock and the shoreline. For the people of Bayou La Batterie, the time for preparation is ticking down. NBC 15's Justin Moore is down on the bayou tonight. Justin, the city's curfew is set to go into effect in about 2 hours, right?
Barely can hear what you said, Greg, because this wind is whipping out here and the rain is coming down. Actually, this rain feels like gravel hitting your face. Live here at the bayou, Justin Moore, NBC 15 News.
Justin, thanks so much. And a little further south on Dauphin Island, Sally showing her strength down there, tossing boats at that marina. It's going to be a long night for those vessels. This video comes from Live Storms Media, Brian Emfinger. You can see the waves crashing over the dock there. They've also covered the causeway heading to the island. Officials closing the only way onto and off the island earlier today.
Let's go over to downtown Mobile now, an area known for flooding. That's where we'll find NBC 15's Laura Barcheski. Laura, you spoke with the mayor earlier today. His concern is not just flooding, but what that water could do.
Yeah, with the ground so saturated, Kim, right now, they're very concerned about these trees like this one. They cover downtown. They're all over, especially here on Government Street where we are. Reporting live in downtown Mobile, Laura Barcheski, NBC 15 News.
As this storm makes landfall tonight, it coincides a bit with the 16th year anniversary of another devastating storm, Hurricane Ivan. A Category 3 storm at landfall, Ivan caused major damage from the Caribbean to the U.S.
I'll remember it like it was yesterday here on the Gulf Coast. Destruction all across Baldwin County and the Florida Panhandle. And all three of us remember where we were when Ivan crashed into the Gulf Coast. Alan, what was it like to be here covering it on the front lines?
It was nonstop, and things people need to know about Ivan, it was a Cat 5 in the Gulf of Mexico, and it struck as a Category 3, and it struck the Fort Morgan Peninsula. It was a storm that had huge impact across southern Baldwin County, and as we kept up with the forecasting, what we didn't hear at the time was the 911 calls that people were making. Once we heard them a week later, you hear the desperation in people's voices who made the wrong decision of not getting out of the way of harm. Some of you may also know that when Ivan went inland, and these are wind forecasts right now, when Ivan went inland, Grand Lagoon, several, if not half a dozen people lost their lives due to storm surge.
So I think the key here, Alan, is heed the warnings. It's not too late to evacuate. It is going to be serious. If you hear our voices and you haven't done so in your low-lying areas that are prone to flood, now's the time, right?
Right.
All right, Alan, thanks so much. That's going to do it for NBC 15 News at 6.
Tonight we are following the devastation from what was Hurricane Sally, a storm that has now turned deadly.
Sally now being blamed on one death in Orange Beach. Another person remains missing at this hour. We'll have more on that in a bit. This storm devastating all along the coast. Winds so strong, 18-wheelers knocked over on the Bayway.
Yeah, further down the beach, more jaw-dropping video from Gulf Shores. The Tropic Isle condo was just sliced open like it was cardboard, exposing 5 different rooms.
Our team coverage of reporters all along the Gulf Coast continues tonight from Dauphin Island to Gulf Shores. We will show you the incredible sights and sounds from all over the area tonight. Let's
go now to Mobile, a powerful sight downtown and in Midtown. Several of Mobile's massive trees knocked over onto the road. Also, you can see parts of a hotel that have been blown off. Our team coverage starts with Justin Moore, who is in West Mobile tonight. Justin?
Yeah, I'm in a West Mobile neighborhood tonight, not far from the station, and there's a lot going on here. You have a lot of damage. You have downed trees, even have a tree on top of a car over here. Now, if you cross the street, if you look across the street here, you have a family who is already cleaning up the mess that Sally left behind with some saws. Now, I talked to a lot of people earlier. They told me they are surprised by how many trees were uprooted by this hurricane.
When I passed by the square, I said, oh my God, look at the square.
The damage Hurricane Sally caused at Bienville Square in downtown Mobile left a lot of people speechless.
I never would have thought the square would look like this. I've seen quite a few storms in Mobile, right? I've never seen this amount of trees that were down.
Live in West Mobile, Justin Moore, NBC 15 News.
Justin, thanks. Down Government Boulevard, this Shell station suffering some major damage. This is the Shell station at Government and Lakeside. This station will not be able to provide much needed fuel to customers for quite some time.
All right, well, check out this video from Loxley this morning. NBC 15's James Gordon captured this huge tree that came tumbling down on a home there. The tree also took down a fence on the way. Now, we hope those folks are okay who were inside. Take
you to Baldwin County now in Loxley's Municipal Park. Some pretty incredible damage there. You can see trees uprooted and the Veterans Memorial covered with standing water today.
Well, let's take a look at video from County Road 83 in South Baldwin County. Water just covered the road this morning. We have several curfews in effect tonight, but if you have to drive, remember, turn around, do not drown. You have no way of knowing how fast that water could be moving.
Now closer to Highway 59 in Gulf Shores, damage to the Comfort Inn and Suites, not visible from the ground, but take a look. The roof completely torn up. Our NBC 15's Corey Pippin is down on the beach tonight. Corey, we learned some news we were dreading. Hurricane Sally now responsible for at least one fatality.
Well, Greg, I just got off the phone with Orange Beach city officials. They confirm one person has died and another person is missing, but no more details are available at this time. Meanwhile, Highway 59 here is still flooded about a mile from the beach. Some vehicles have made it through and people have braved the waters on foot or by boat. Reporting live in Gulf Shores, I'm Corey Pippin, NBC 15 News.
Corey, thank you. Now the hangout is hanging together right now. Here's some drone video from Live Storms Media. Not a lot of outside damage to the main building, but the property has been flooded and sand covers the parking lot.
Take a look at this video of the Walker Cove condos in Orange Beach. Rich Florchick took these shots. You can see boats were tossed around, parts of the marina decimated. Rich says thankfully he didn't have much damage to his property.
A Gulf Shores icon has been ripped apart by what was Hurricane Sally. Look at this incredible drone video from Logan Pool with Live Storms Media. You can see the Gulf State Pier was literally ripped in half. The farthest point on the pier is now an island all to itself, separated from the rest of the walkway.
Oh man. More incredible video from Gulf Shores. Just look at the destruction. Boats littered everywhere, some aground, some upside down, and some parked right next to houses without a trailer. We showed you the terrifying video at the top of this newscast. An 18-wheeler blown over by winds reaching close to 100 miles an hour on the eastbound Bayway. This created quite a mystery for Mobile police. They couldn't find the driver when they arrived to the scene. The windshield was knocked out and they feared the driver fell into the water. He was missing for a couple of hours. Well, police finally tracked him down through the delivery company he worked for. He is okay tonight.
Across the bay in Dauphin Island, we're seeing a lot of similar damage. Look at these boats stacked up against each other. Our team coverage continues with Laura Barcheski, who is down there right now. Laura, what does it look like there now?
Kim, I'm here on the sound side of Dauphin Island, where residents tell me Hurricane Sally really devastated this part of the island. Take a look at this house here. Reporting live in Dauphin Island, Laura Barcheski, NBC 15 News.
Laura, thanks for your reporting during this storm. There has been a lot of damage all across the island. This is video from Live Storms Media, Aaron Rigby. You can see mobile homes have been torn open and gutted. Some cars flooded out, trees covering the road. The Coast Guard is out tonight, continuing to look for people who remain stranded at this hour. Well, tonight we are following the impact from Hurricane Sally. Many of us still without power and working overtime to clean up the devastation and destruction on the coast.
Here's what you need to know tonight. Baldwin County officials have confirmed 2 people have died from the storm. One in Orange Beach, the other from cleanup in Foley.
For those of us still in the dark, be patient with power crews. It may be next week before you get your power back.
Mobile and Baldwin County students will not know if they're going back to school until Sunday.
Finally, in Baldwin County, many of the gas stations that ran out of fuel yesterday received new shipments. Those supplies continue to be stretched throughout the county. And we have team coverage across the entire Gulf Coast tonight. From here in Mobile to down on the beach, we're going to take you to recovery efforts all along the Gulf Coast.
Today was the first time residents of one Maysville community were able to leave their homes after being stranded since early Wednesday morning. A large tree and power lines blocked the only way they could get in and out of their homes. NBC 15's Justin Moore joins us now live from Colonial Court with more. Justin?
Well, Kim, people are dealing with so much right now, and it breaks your heart. Now, the community here in Mobile is breathing just a little bit of sigh of relief tonight. Live in Mobile, Justin Moore, NBC 15 News.
Justin, thank you. Brand new information in the last hour. Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson has announced the city's curfew will continue tonight. It will begin later, though, at 9:30 and go until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Governor Kay Ivey made her way to the Gulf Coast this morning, taking a look at the damage from above. Later, she joined federal, state, and local leaders to talk about the state's path forward. NBC 15's James Gordon was there. As many of you without power, ice, or food continue wondering what's next.
Right now, the only helping hand is coming from church groups and neighbors and corporate sponsors, handing out ice and supplies and food. In Gulf Shores, James Gordon, NBC 15 News.
We are just learning the schools where the ice giveaways will be happening beginning tomorrow at 11:30. You can get ice at Bay Minette Elementary, Central Baldwin Middle, and Foley Middle Schools. Limit is 2 bags per family. Now, the farther you go down 59, the worse the damage gets. Look at this incredibly heartbreaking video from Gulf Shores and these pictures from Foley. They were sent to us by viewers Charlotte Curry and Jacqueline Minyard. Our team coverage takes us to Foley now, and NBC 15's Corey Pippin. Corey, power crews have set up shop at OWA.
Greg, more than 1,100 linemen from Baldwin County and across the country are now working to help thousands of local residents still without power. Reporting live in Foley, I'm Corey Pippin, NBC 15 News.
Corey, thank you. Now on this side of the bay, Alabama Power is rolling out to get power restored as soon as possible. Here's what we know right now. Alabama Power says about 56,000 of its customers are without power in the Mobile area. The company says those customers may not get power until next week. In Baldwin County, Riviera Utilities is reporting about 27,000 customers without power. We are tracking the tropics tonight and have already run out of names. For the second time in history, we are using the Greek letters to name storms. Let's bring in meteorologist Kelly Foster now. Kelly, beta has now formed in the Gulf.
Yes, the second Greek letter. We had alpha develop, and that's already made landfall, and now we have beta.